these people that are choosing not to have kids are by natural selection making their bloodline go extinct, this is great news. Also, too, here's another thought for you. I'm just shooting from the hip here. If anybody's read Mark Carney's book, Values, or if you ever listen to the world elites when they talk about the average people, you know what they refer to average people like you and I? They refer to us as useless eaters. Let that sink in. They call you a useless eater. Why? Because you're completely useless, and all you do is eat, snacks and naps. That's all you do. You just consume resources from the planet. You are useless. You consume resources, and that's it. And if you read Mark Carney's book, one of the things that he says in the book Values is that he believes it should not be a right to reproduce, right? If you want to have kids and reproduce, you should have to pay for it. Now, believe it or not, I actually kind of agree with him. For the retards of the world and all you liberals, you should not be reproducing. You should be subscribing to this, whatever helps you sleep at night. Having kids is selfish. I want to party. My woman wants to make Instagram stories, so I'm going to help her do that. And we're going to collect cats, corgis, and drink box wine and all that type of stuff. And then when she blows up the family at 38 because she put on 100 pounds since the big wedding day, and now she was on Ozempic, lost 30 pounds, feels good about herself. And then her female circle, which are completely programmed by Love Island, the mainstream news, pop culture, tell her, psst, you can do better. And she's trying to take half your shit, preferably all of it. Anyway, sore subject for some of the viewers. I'll leave that alone for the time being. Right? We want to leave that and let them kind of do their own thing. And if you are like me, you are a free thinker, you are unplugged from society's comforting lies, and you truly want the best for your children and for your offspring and for your family bloodline, it's good. The sooner we get the population numbers under control and down like the elites want, hopefully, the sooner we can get back to some form of normalcy. Right? Society's trying to brainwash you to become fat, docile, depressed, sad, and alone. And in women's cases, just childless and collecting cats and corgis. That's just the way that things are. Let the people do what they're going to do. As I've said in other videos before, surrender to it. This is the way that things are, not the way that you want them to be, not the way that they should be. It's just currently the present state of the way that things are. How's it going? I shoot these videos live out in public too, by the way. Don't you worry. It's all unscripted. One take wonder. So, with the birth rates, surrender to it. You don't want people that are stupid having kids. Again, my kids do need somebody to beat. I'll tell you a funny story as well. I was at, I don't want to dox myself or any of the places that I do business with, but I was having a meeting with how do I describe this without doxing myself? I was having a meeting with a business in Vancouver. This is probably about a month ago. And the general manager, she's a lovely lady, very nice. We have a fairly close relationship. And she was kind of ranting one day about how her biggest regret in life was not having kids. She spent her 20s with some dude who didn't want to have kids, moved on to some dude in her 30s who just wasted her time, and she didn't have kids, and now she collects dogs. And you could tell there was quite a bit of bitterness to it, which I try to have a little bit of empathy for. And so she never had kids. And she said, yeah, none of the girls in the office want to have kids. And so I said, call them in. So, well, 4 or 5 of the other women in the office come by. So it's just 4 or 5 women, the general manager, myself. And they all said, I don't want to have kids. One's like, nah, I don't want to have kids. I want to travel. Nah, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to ruin my body. Maybe I'll adopt, but apparently, you ruin your body, and as a mom, you get like a smell. There's like a birthing smell. And I will confirm this. Women that have kids do have a specific scent to them. Apparently, it's for the baby to know where the mom is. So the mom gets like a birthing smell, and the baby can come back. Again, childbirth is the most important thing in the world. So we're not going to shame mothers for smelling. We're just going to acknowledge that they smell like moms, I guess. Anyway, point being is that all these ladies, and some more attractive than others, obviously, none of them wanted to have kids. And so they all kind of looked at me. It was quiet for a second, and I said, well, I guess I'll have to do it myself, ladies. I'll have to fix the problem myself single-handedly. And they looked at me and they said, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm just going to have to fix the birth rates. It's like, how are you going to do that? I said, ladies, I'm 6'5", ex-professional athlete, tall, handsome, humble, and sexy, well-built, sometimes funny as well, depending on the day. I think there's a chance we can get the job done here. But that's just the way that things are. Surrender to the way that things are, not the way that you wish that they would be. The birth rates are collapsing. Put your feet up on the desk. Grab a latte. Grab an Americano. Don't need to change the name to a Canadiano. People are upset about the big bad orange man. They think Mark Carney's doing a good job. Let him. It's fine. Let him think that. You have information that they don't have. Surrender to it. I'm still going to reproduce. I'm going to live my life in a way that's going to benefit myself, my future offspring, my future kids. I saw a post the other day. I think this was on Facebook. It might have even been like an Instagram reel. But it was, actually, no, I know exactly who it was. It was an Instagram reel from an Instagram account called Lucas Answers. If you don't follow Lucas Answers, dude, this guy is the man. He has fantastic content, great message, great delivery, very entertaining as well. Also, funny enough, this guy's got like a Greek body at 6'5". I love this dude. This dude is my spirit animal, if you will. Also, 6'5" brotherhood here. But his reel was essentially the message of, if you look at your family bloodline, and you as the current generation, I am the current generation of my family bloodline, if you are not wealthy or have a whole bunch of assets or some type of family name, your previous family members of the bloodline, they messed up. They didn't gain some massive amount of wealth. They didn't build a name. They didn't build anything. Just an average life, average people, being Joe Schmoes, doing whatever Joe Schmoes do, and now you're going to be the next average. And if you're not willing to do something to change that, you're going to continue to perpetuate the cycle.